Queen Nzinga Mbande was born in Africa. Royalty appointed herself queen when the king died, and kept 600 men harem, all while leading an army of her people would be the Portuguese slave trader. She was a total boss who let nothing get in her way, and during her lifetime, the white conqueror and the colonizer were never successful in enslaving, destroying her people. Queen of the Ndonga and Matamba people, also known as aliases Nzinga, Mbande, Nzinga, and the Raina Ginga. She was born in 1583 to King Kiluanji of Ndonga and the Matamba. Modern day we call it Angola. She was raised by her father's side, and after his death in 1617 served as an advisor to her brother King Ngola. She became queen after her brother's death in 1624, although the circumstances around his death remain questionable. Nzinga learned about leadership from her father and her brother during the reigns, but once she became queen of Ndongo and Matamba, she proved herself to be a successful ruler in her own right. A warrior queen, Nzinga, a politician, a woman, and a killer. Nzinga fought for her kingdom against the Portuguese domination of any means necessary. Nzinga Mbande grew up watching the Portuguese enslaving her fellow African. Portuguese merchants landed in Ndongo, home to the Mbundu people during the first half of 15th century, 1500s. They were attempting to settle in what now is capital of Angola, Luanda, and retain the control of the profitable slave trade through this region, but established diplomatic relationship with the local Ndongo people. By the time Nzinga's father came to the power as a king, the Portuguese had established a permanent base of the coast Africa, and were trading with both Ndongo and the kingdom of the Congo, Dango and the kingdom of the Congo. As her father's reign went on, diplomas with Portugal deteriorated. In 1617, when Nzinga's brother King Ngala was on the throne, Portuguese attacked Luanda, the capital of Ndongo. King Ngala was forced to flee Kinganda Island in the Kwanza River. By some accounts, the Portuguese took King Ngala captive and threw him in prison. Her brother, the king, sent her to negotiate a treaty with the Portuguese in 1622. King Ngola spent years exiled on Kingonda Island, finally sending his sister Nzinga as an emissary to meet with the Portuguese in 1622. She was supposed to negotiate a treaty to end the war, get back Mbundu hostages, and lease the Portuguese help in fighting the diplomatic Imbangala tribes. By some accounts, Nzinga went to meet with the Portuguese to negotiate the release of her brother. When she arrived, the Portuguese refused to offer her a chair and told her to sit in one of the mats reserved for servants. She then, which was reserved for servants, she then made one of her servants get on all floor to make seat for her while she negotiated. Legends has it that after she had arranged of her brother's release, she stood, slit her servant's throat, and told the Portuguese that she never sat on the same seat twice. Most of historians agree that the first part of the history is more likely true than the second. Either way, she accomplished her mission. Her great diplomatic and communication skills let the brother release, although he died 2 years later. She may have killed her brother to become a queen. That's a question to say. Did she have killed her brother to become a queen? Now, after Nzinga successfully negotiated with the Portuguese, she and her brother returned to Kingonda Islands. With her failed peace treaty, King Ngola died, allegedly committing suicide in 1624, leaving a 7-year-old son. Some reports say Nzinga killed her brother to become a queen, killing him in his sleep, or poisoning him, or killing his son or her as well. Some historians dispute this. However, Nzinga claimed that the throne in 1624, her brother was dead. Hers was minor. In general, power in the kingdom, then he went to the most capable person. Nzinga asserted her authority by the first she was not widely accepted. A female ruler among the Mbundu was not common, and the Portuguese refused to recognize her as well. To gain the support, Nzinga turned to those same problematic tribesmen she tried to fight against with the Portuguese, the Imbangala. So, Nzinga then had to convert to Christianity to gain the Portuguese favor. When Nzinga visited the Portuguese in 1622, she converted to Christianity, was baptized, and took the Christian name Ana Nzinga. See? In calculated attempt to convince them in her dedication to the cause, as her brother had authorized her to do this. With her baptism, the Portuguese governor was now Nzinga's godfather, and the nation relationship was supposed sealed. But just as the Portuguese violated treaty against the Ngonda, Nzinga later abandoned Christianity. Okay, so she abandoned Christianity after they settled. But just as the Portuguese violated the treaty and then against Angola, Nzinga later abandoned Christianity. She supposed to sacrifice her own daughter to end political allies. So they say, in order to keep the support of the Imbangala people, Nzinga entered into the marriage of Soto with the leader, the Kaza. The marriage ceremony of the Imbangala included sacrifice, and Nzinga was reported to have thrown her own infant daughter in a mortar and using pounding stick reduced to a shapeless mass of flesh and blood. Gruesome as a sea, this ended her to support of the Imbangala people, and the Portuguese soon recognized her authority. A theory worth mentioning, however, is that she did all of this prior to her brother's death, or used Imbangala to kill her brother and son. This all just a rumor, but let's go. And she gave refuge to escaped slaves and turned them into her warrior. Nzinga's alliance with the Imbangala fell apart in 1629 when they defected to join up with the Portuguese. Nzinga fled to Matamba and offered refuge to escaped slaves, with the flags of Africans streaming into Matamba, and had a new bag of labor in the military that she could use to fight against the Portuguese. Queen Nzinga spent the next 40 years fighting against the Portuguese and her allies and her original allies. She moved throughout Matamba, the Kwanza River region, and along the Dande River to attack the Portuguese. She stirred up the discontent in the part of the Ndongo that was under Portuguese control, and negotiated an alliance with the Dutch, also in the region, to oppose the Portuguese together. She fought with the Dutch at the Battle of the Combi. Queen Nzinga used all the kind of tactics to oppose the Portuguese, including fighting with her former enemies. At the Battle of Combi in 1647, Queen Nzinga led her combined force of men from the Netherlands, Congo, and her own land, and drove the Portuguese back toward the African coast. She attacked their three strongholds, Ambagha, Masangano, and Muximo, but she didn't have the firepower to take them. The next year, Portuguese reinforcement arrived. At that point, the Dutch gave up and left Africa, while Nzinga was forced to retreat. She was rumored to drink blood before going to the battle. There's a lot of rumor about Queen Nzinga and some of her practice. According to some of the sources, she decapitated slaves and drank the bloods before going into the battle. According to some of the sources, she decapitated slaves and drank the blood before going into the battle. Another version indicates she cut off the head of enemy and drank his blood. It's also posited that she ate the heart of her brother and his family after she killed them to increase her strength. Okay, so these are all people, how to say, how people fought, or how people. Okay, suppose she had a 6-man harem, some dress up like a woman. When Dutch officer recorded his interaction with the Queen Nzinga of the Matamba in 1640, she recalled that she kept a harem of a male concubines who dressed like a woman. These men, numbering as many as 60, were said to have fought over the privilege of sleeping with the queen each night, killing one another to share her bed. The winner didn't really win though, because he was reportedly executed the next morning after the single night of the lovemaking. She wore men's clothing and led force into the battle. As she led her force for 4 decades, Queen Nzinga was known to put male clothes and personally lead her force into the battle against the Portuguese. One Dutch officer later described Nzinga as a woman who enjoyed fighting and dressed like a man. After the Queen Nzinga death in 1663, the Portuguese were able to colonize Ndongo. Queen Nzinga negotiated a treaty with the Portuguese in 1657, which more or less allowed to her to live in Ndongo unopposed. When the resilient queen died at the age of 82 in 1663, however, the Portuguese were able to move into Ndongo. The biggest barrier was now gone as they continued to colonize it. These tougher than nails women had single-handed preserved the autonomy of her people, and with her departure, the kingdom fell. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you first time watching this platform or this training, do please subscribe, share this video, and you tell me which type of video you want me to make, or if you have more information about Queen Nzinga, please leave a comments below. I appreciate if you can add any information, say hey, I think there was such information. I appreciate. Thanks a lot for your time. Please do leave a comments, follow us on all the other social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe and always leave a comments. Thanks a lot, and if you could do a little donation, we appreciate, so we can continue doing research and provide with a lot of information about the warrior queen, warrior queens, and the history or the Africa or the world. Thanks a lot for your time. Peace, and I'm out.